Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more 9 RIP, going to start Koharu's route. So, for you, it's been like a day? Maybe 2? For me, it's been like, you know, the drill. It's been like 4 fucking weeks. It's been forever. Um, I told you this was gonna happen. This is the weirdest thing ever. It's not even like I haven't recorded in a couple days. It's like I forgot how to do this, and yet at the same time, everything, setting up everything and getting back, it's like this is so normal and yet so weird at the same time. It's very bizarre. But anyway, yeah. So I forgot everything. I don't even know my name at the moment. So whatevs. And we'll get back to it. Oh my god. Anyway, we are going, like I said, we're starting Koharu's route, so we've already loaded up our common route save file, so we are going to escape reality with something delicious. So this part will be a lot of skipping. Go and pray. Okay. And I know we can just, I think in this one we can skip to next choice, but I'm gonna need a little bit of the refresher. Um, right. So yeah, okay, remember this. All of a sudden, it's like, there's Yukimaru. Aw, I kind of missed him. I did miss this game, I'm not gonna lie. And I did miss recording and stuff like that. It was kind of nice to take a break. Oh, we give up. Okay. I thought we were gonna divert his attention, but no, we gave up. Um, you know what I mean? It was like nice to take a break and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's like I missed my games. I really did. Tell him my name. And there should be sound, but like right now, it's not making any. I think it's just the game itself is extremely quiet. Well, it's also we're skipping, so there's no reason for it to be have sound. Anyway, so how was your holidays? It's like halfway through January now, but like for me, it's still the beginning. I can't believe it's 2025, and we were sitting there at my sister's house. Oh, listen to Koharu. Okay, hold on. This is new. I should listen to Koharu. I don't want him to get upset with me. Besides, I want to get rid of him. Where are you going? A walk, and you're coming with me. Aw, what? Come on! I'm hungry! Starving! His voice isn't going to be perfect because I can't quite remember. Okay. Calm down, please! I'll buy you something at the convenience store. As I tried to comfort him, Yukimaru abruptly stopped his temper tantrum. Thank you. I'll be waiting. Gosh, he's so simple. But that's kind of what we like him. Seeing Yukimaru's childishness, I remembered the guardian spirits were often said to be childlike. Are you sure you'll be okay alone? Koharu's pretty rough looking, plus he's got terrible attitude and personality. I'm worried. Toka did look very concerned. Damn, you think because you're a god you can say anything you want to me? Oh, Koharu, now's your chance to strike down a god. Stop instigating. Did they have this fight already? No, okay. Koharu, irritated, grabbed me by the hand. I didn't think so. Come on, let's go. Okay, because we're gonna have a moment alone, probably. Koharu pulled me, and we swiftly left my room. As soon as we stepped outside, Koharu let go of my hand. Ugh, it's too noisy with them around. That's why you wanted to go for a walk? Kind of. I understood where he was coming from. But the only reason I'm here is because I'm scared of Koharu. He started walking, and I followed timidly behind him. We walked together in silence, and I made sure to keep my distance from him. Before I knew it, we reached the park. I wonder how far we're going to walk. We'd walked all the way to the park, but I had no idea if he had a destination in mind. Finding the awkward silence unbearable, I spoke up. So, how far are we going? I haven't decided. Isn't that what walks are all about? Yeah, I guess. We can start heading back now if you want. You need to stop by the convenience store, right? I'll join you. Oh, okay, thank you. Koharu's eyes narrowed. No need to thank me. I'm gonna start putting you to work tomorrow. Oh, what will I be doing?
Good question. How about punching anybody who tries to use a spirit board?
What? I can't do that! Seeing my reaction, Koharu chuckled. Is he messing with me?
Only kidding. But you could stop them from using it, right?
Well, I guess. But honestly, I don't think too many people play with spirit boards anymore. With the exception of Sayaka, of course. I don't think we've had that realization yet in the route or in the common area that he's like, this bitch. Like, we're thinking it, but he's like, and he's thinking it too. We just don't know we're thinking of the same person. I muttered the words in my head. Do you dislike being a spirit board?
Yeah, it's a real pain. But it's the family business, so I don't really have a choice.
Okay, I'm sorry. Wait. The family business is being a spirit board? I figured you were like cursed into this or something, but you were like, this is okay, alright. I'm gonna need more info on this now. Koharu stared at the ground, muttering.
But at the same time, I need people to keep calling me.
Is that some kind of rule or something?
Something like that. If people forget about us, we disappear.
See? This is why everyone's like, Ouija boards are evil. No, we're keeping the spirits tethered. They don't want to disappear. We're helping them by using Ouija boards. There you go. He spoke so matter-of-factly, I couldn't help but give him a shocked look in return.
The spirits are products of the human imagination. The more we loom in the public imagination, the stronger our personification becomes. If forgotten, we return to nothing. Humans really can be such selfish creatures.
I was struck silent. I was surprised to hear about how spirits live and was hurt by the words Koharu said at the end. Though I guess I can't say I blame him for thinking we humans are selfish. But if that's the case, then you really need to play your role as the spirit board, right?
We can afford to slack off in this town. Spirit boards are famous all over the world.
Well, I guess you have a point. Spirit boards are pretty ubiquitous. I guess he's safe for now, at least. I bought some items at the convenience store and walked outside to see Koharu waiting for me. Thanks for waiting. I didn't know how much spirits ate, so I bought a ton of rice balls and bread.
Let me see.
Huh? Oh, sure. I opened up the bag for him.
Don't give all those to Yukimaro. You eat this one and this one. That's an order.
As Koharu looked through the bag, he pointed to a few items. Are you trying to fatten me up or something?
No, that's stupid. I just find Yukimaro annoying, that's all. Besides, you haven't eaten dinner yet. You should be able to eat that stuff no problem.
Aw, thanks, Mom. He noticed I barely touched my dinner. I glanced at Koharu and our eyes met. We both quickly turned away.
What are you looking at?
Oh, nothing.
I've got another rule for you. You're not allowed to let any meal go uneaten, especially meals that someone else makes for you.
Says the spirit who's gonna start making us fucking breakfast.
Nothing in life is guaranteed. Daily life soon becomes a routine, but that doesn't mean you can forget to appreciate what you're given daily. Once you've learned to do that, you can start to think about yourself.
Although he spoke in a harsh manner, his words seeped deep into my heart. You are very fucking fidgety, bird. You're very fidgety. What do you want? You want patties? Okay, alright. Thanks for the advice. I thank Koharu from the bottom of my heart.
Don't misunderstand. I just can't stand it when someone wastes food, or any kindness for that matter.
He looked deeply serious. In fact, for a second, he looked almost irritated. When I saw that expression from him before, it scared me, but seeing it now... Jolted back to reality, I saw Koharu had already begun walking home. I jogged to catch up to him, this time walking side by side with him. Maybe Koharu isn't as scary of a spirit as I thought. The orders he gave me weren't exactly what I was expecting. If anything, they seemed designed to help me, and he was actually quite kind. Ooh, we get to go in his perspective.
When we left, she was following timidly behind me, but now she's walking right next to me. In truth, it made me feel rather awkward. Ugh, why am I letting this human get to me? Perhaps this is partly my fault. I called her out, scolded her about eating her food, and accepting the kindness of others. But the fact that she listened so intently showed she wasn't a bad person. Man, what am I doing? They say when you get involved with humans, all the little things that didn't seem to bother you before get on your nerves. This is all her fault. Why did she have to mess up the ritual? And where did that stupid rule even come from? The one that says we have to haunt people. Thinking back on it, it'd been a while since someone had messed up the ritual in my district. I bet anything that stupid Yukimaro scared her, and that's why she let go. Stupid Yukimaro. I just love how much he hates him. Because, like, at the same time, you're like, yeah, Yukimaro is kind of a dumbass, but he's adorable, and we love him. Oh, right. Koharu, you should take this. Here you go. Spacey suddenly took out an Inari rice ball from her bag and offered it to me. I don't need it. You eat it. Aren't you hungry, though? Spirits generally don't need to eat. Yukimaro just likes to. Oh, I had no idea. I bought this one for you. She bought it for me? I guess I'll give it to Yukimaro. No, don't do that. I don't want to give him the satisfaction. I'd rather just eat it myself. As I rushed to explain myself, Spacey smiled and handed the Inari to me. How long has it been since I made contact with someone, let alone seen them smile? I wasn't used to it. It felt awkward. That's why I wasn't good with humans. Aww. He's adorable and awkward. Okay, so we were trying to find, like, I stayed for New Year's Eve at my sister's house and came back on New Year's Day. My mom drove me home. But, like, we were trying to find, because, like, nobody has cable in my fucking family. So we were trying to find, like, something where you could watch the ball drop free, right? We're on YouTube and, like, holy shit, we watched the 1979 ball drop. Hold on. Kinda noisy. How should I answer? Okay. It was kinda noisy. There was a lot of talking involved. You see, I wonder if it's because they're childish at heart. But you said visually he didn't look like a child, though, right? Well, my memory's kind of hazy, so I don't totally remember. I sensed her curiosity, and so I tried to throw her off the trail by being ambiguous. Wow. Aw, really? I see. Sorry. The whole time we talked, I couldn't shake the feeling I was being watched. I must be imagining it, right? So it feels like it was kind of fucking funny because we watched it from 1978 to 1979. So we watched Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve for 1979. And then we watched 1985 come in. And then we watched 2025. And it was like, you know what? Time's just flying way too fucking fast. It's just so funny. Like, we're like, this is actually way cooler than watching, like, the current one. Like, watching shit from the 70s. That was amazing. Anyway, go to the station with, yeah, Koharu. That's what we want. Okay. So it was just so funny because then it was like, I swear to God, it was just like 1979. And then all of a sudden it's 1985 and now it's 2025? What the fuck? Which I just thought you guys would appreciate because I'm always like, what is time? I don't understand. I'm getting old. What happened? And like, so just, you know, we whipped through 40 some odd fucking years. The blink of an eye. That's kind of fun. Oh, it's kind of sad though. We didn't get to watch. We watched some other stuff because it would have been funnier after the 80s to watch something from, like, we had to find one from the 90s and then the early 2000s. We didn't do that though. But anyway. There's somewhere I want to drop by, so please go on without me. As I spoke, Yukimaro burst into tears. You're acting like a spoiled little brat. You have to grow up, otherwise what are you going to do with yourself? That's so not Toka's voice. I can't get it back, guys, but because it's been weeks. It'll be fine. I can't believe you don't understand my sorrow. I know you love Tono Tomorrow like I do, Toka. That's not... Maybe I should just go home. Come on, now's our chance. Let's get out of here. Suddenly, Koharu pulled me by the hand. Before I could react, Koharu started running. When we arrived at the station, Koharu finally let go of my hand. What? Did I run too fast?
Seeing me out of breath, Koharu looked at me with a guilty expression on his face. No, I'm just not good at sports. Or exercise in general. Me, literally walking up the stairs. After I caught my breath, Koharu spoke up.
So where did you want to go?
Oh, well, I haven't really decided.
What? What the hell? I thought I was helping you out.
I'm sorry, I just didn't feel like going home right now. No doubt Mom's home right now. I needed time to emotionally prepare myself before heading home. My face must have said it all, and Koharu didn't press the issue further.
And then why don't we take our time?
With that, he began to walk ahead of me. Koharu's pace was slow, as if to match my normal walking speed. What are you doing? You're very fidgety. You already had a potty break. What are you doing? He was everybody's whore at my sister's house. He loves my brother-in-law. My other sister and brother-in-law came over for a couple days, and he was like, "Ooh, new best friend." Like, and my sister's house is extremely cold. Because, like, the way their heat is, it, like, all just goes upstairs because they have a very big open kind of foyer area. So, like, it's hot as hell upstairs, and it's cold as fuck downstairs. So, like, you know, so it would be like, oh, so my bird, like, when my other brother-in-law showed up, he was wearing, like, a thick flannelly jacket thing. So my bird's like, I'm going to snuggle in this shit. And I'm like, it's probably because my poor bird's, like, frozen. And my other brother-in-law, like, was working, so, like, he wasn't there a lot. But I don't know when people say conures are like, they only like one person. I'm like, I got a defective one because my bird's a whore. He loves everyone. He wants to be with everyone. He wants your food, everything. Although, poor thing did puke in the car on the way there. Puked in the car on the way home. And birds don't really puke. But yet, you know, he had a little bit of cream cheese. He had a bite of my bagel in the morning before we left. And the food gets in their crop and then he just regurgitates it on himself in a very gross, slimy kind of way. Poor thing. I know you don't like car trips and you've recently started puking in the car. And then he did it on the way. He was fine most of the way on the way home, but my mom and I stopped and grabbed like Burger King and then ate it in the parking lot because we couldn't like eat it while we drive. And then like I gave a little piece of bread to the bird and I got home and I'm like, you are covered in like barfy stuff again. So I'm like, okay. So even a little piece of bread did not sop up anything in your stomach. And I spent like a week fucking sick with like a stomach flu or something. Thought I was going to die. It was a hell. Christmas kind of sucked this year. Like, goddamn, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, dear God. Oh. I'm happy to be home, to be fair. But anyway. Koharu's pace was slow, as if to match my normal walking speed. I think my bird is now just like, he's like, oh my God, I'm home, we're not leaving. And he's like very clingy right now. More so than normal. Maybe it's because he saw how out of breath I was. He was silent as he continued to walk beside me. Maybe this is his way of being considerate. I always had a hunch Koharu might actually be a very kind spirit. I'm glad it's him I'm with right now. As I thought these things, I stole a glance at him. In his normal clothes, he doesn't look like a spirit at all.
What are you staring at?
Oh, I was just thinking how you look like a normal person. When I spoke honestly, Koharu shot me a perplexed glance.
Well, obviously. If I look like a spirit, that would defeat the purpose, right?
You've got a point there. With that, the conversation ended. Feeling awkward in the silence, I tried to think of something for us to discuss. Then I spoke to him. All right, I'm gonna guess walks or possibly walks. I don't think it's walks. I know what you guys are saying, but I don't know if it's walks. I think that could possibly lead to that could be a bad choice. I don't think he'd want to talk about that. So I think it's walks. Yeah. Popular consensus, you think? Yeah? I feel like most of us are thinking walks. You know? Are you tired of my shit yet? No, you better not be. It's weird because, like, it's kind of funny because as we've gotten through these, like, you notice the changes in the earlier routes. You'd get to the section and you'd have the two characters and you'd go see both of them. Like we did that in the school ghost stories, right? We would go see Hibiki, and we'd do both. And then there would always be, when we had these question sections, 3 or 4 choices. And now for some reason in this, it's like, okay, only go talk to Yukimaro when you're trying to go to this round. Only go to Koharu. Like, it's kind of weird how they changed it up a little bit instead of keeping it like exactly the same. And then these, you get to this and you're like, there's only one option as opposed to 2 or 3. Like, because later they're going to give us more options. So instead of like, here's all 5 of the options, just pick one, It's bizarre. But anyway, Koharu, do you like to go on walks? I asked, and Koharu smiled in response. I guess because this just fits more naturally into this segment, but it's just interesting.
I guess you could say that. Breathing in the air of a quiet place outside calms my heart.
I know what you mean. This is a beach town, and the smell of the ocean breeze always calms me down. I'll sometimes go into the city, but whenever I come home and smell the ocean breeze, I'm always relieved to be back home.
So let me guess. Beachfront Park is one of your favorite places, huh?
You nailed it. You're pretty knowledgeable about this town.
Well, I've been working here for quite some time.
I see. So I guess spirits must have regions they're in charge of. In that case, he must know Narimigahama pretty well. Is there a spot you like in Narimigahama, Koharu? Koharu awkwardly scratched his head as he spoke.
It's the same place. But it's not like I'm trying to match or anything, okay? It's just a coincidence.
Then next time we take a walk, let's go to Beachfront Park.
You want to go for another walk together?
Huh? Did you say something?
No, nothing.
Koharu coldly turned away. I wonder what he said. After I returned home, I turned on the TV and played Tonodamaru as promised. Both Yukimaro and Toka watched intently on the couch. Whoa! So Tonodamaru can disguise himself as an adult? That's so... Oh, there's so much more in this! Tonodamaru's so lucky. I wish I could look like an adult. I wish you looked like an adult, too, to be fair. Because otherwise, like, romancing you and your child... Although you're not, to me, like, still too adorable baby-faced. Interesting character, though, but I don't think I'm going to hate you like I did Minami. Listen, I don't get it still, okay? But, you still have too much baby face, so I'm probably going to be like, nah, through the whole thing. Like, not for me. Koharu, however, stared at the TV with apparent boredom. He actually looks mad. Like,
what's so entertaining about this? Seriously.
As usual, the spirits spoke as though the situation was totally normal for them. Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute, we can skip, right? Okay, yeah. All right. I'm assuming it's what's mom thinking because... No, why is mom pushing med school? That's true. Some of the other ones are going to have to be for Toka because this, I'm assuming we're going to do the same thing. It was really delicious. Yeah, because we want to get his affection. That was talking about the breakfast this morning. It was really delicious. My sister also liked it a lot. I wish I could let my mom have some too. I whispered softly and Koharu smiled.
I'm gonna say, I'm pretty impressed you're still thinking about your mom despite all of this.
I mean, it's not like I hate my mom because of what happened. I can never hate her.
I guess I could make it for you again.
Koharu smiled and I clapped with joy. Oh, yay! Thank you so much! Yay! Boy, that sounded a little ridiculous. It's just the way I read it. It was me.
Ugh, it's so frustrating. Yukimaro's always making stuff up. Saying I get sad when parting with mortals. Ridiculous. He's right, though. Ugh, so annoying. I wish I could quit being the spirit board. I sighed and touched the scar near my left eye. And as always, the memories of things long past replayed in my mind.
If it's the family business, that means you had to have a mom and a dad. Someone had to have created you somehow. You know what I'm saying? Like, so how does that work?
I always ended up getting too attached to the people I get involved with. And if their end was unfortunate, it's unbearably painful.
Well, that's gonna suck because we're definitely getting a bad end at least in here. Maybe a couple.
If called, I can respond, but if not, I'm powerless. No matter how close we are. Why can't I just walk away? I just have to finish this haunting and leave. But already I found myself getting involved, curious about whether or not she'd fix things with her mom, if she'd find her path. Ugh, such a terrible trait. I couldn't stop myself from sighing. Enough. Tired of thinking about this. Maybe I'll go make some tamagoyaki instead.
He's so cute. Getting all, like, flustered. Chapter 3 already, bird. What you doing, booger face? I know. Chapter 3. Okay. Oh, right, because don't we, like, put down... Yeah, right, yeah, okay. Yeah. I was like, don't we say that we're going to go with the Sagan University? And they're all like, no, that's wrong! And then, like... Yeah, Toka gets all angry at us and
Starts getting a little psychotic.
right. Smile back at him, I'm assuming. Yeah, okay. Look at him. He's adorable with his smiles. Even if I were to talk to him about my decision, I don't think it would put him at ease. In which case, all I can do is give him a genuine, reassuring smile. Oh, hey, since my future's been decided, how about some tamagoyaki to celebrate? Thinking of his delicious tamagoyaki brought joy to my heart and helped me give him a genuine smile. How? Don't bite.
I think we should save that for when things are actually decided.
Huh? You mean you're sticking around until I get accepted into Sagan?
Tch, we'll see about that. Either way, haunting you just seems like too much trouble.
His reply was ambiguous, leaving my heart thumping in response. Here I was, thinking I wanted him to leave as soon as possible. But now, is it his humanity? What is it about him that seems so special? And she's gonna be like, oh, another cute guy. Why are you always surrounded by cute boys? And you're like, because I'm haunted. I am totally okay being haunted by hotness. I said I'm fine! Okay, yeah, I was assuming just because the other one was a Yukimaru answer. Trying to shut him down only seemed to make him even more stubborn. I told you I'm fine. I was getting defensive, but it only made Yukimaru dig in his heels even more. Ugh, you're not okay. There's this dark-colored aura surrounding you, Master. Huh. Guess I can't hide my feelings from a spirit. I gave up on trying to fight him and sighed. Yukimaru flashed me a triumphant smile. Gosh, I couldn't help but give a wry smile in return. I just couldn't stay mad at him. How can you? He's like a labradoodle. I mean, we said that all through his route, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna assume... No, where? Oh, there we go. I'll go to the cafe. Yeah, because we want to talk to Koharu. Trying to romance the pants off him. This time. Just this time. The rest of the time, we're trying to romance the pants off almost everybody. Having parted with Yukimaru, I decided to head to the cafe to clear my mood. Poke! What? I have my hand sitting right here so you could get patted if you wanted. You're too far away, and then you bited me. As I headed toward the cafe, I noticed someone familiar. Is that Koharu over there? I approached him and softly called out to him. Koharu? As soon as Koharu noticed me, he immediately turned into his human form.
You're off early today.
Oh, yeah, some stuff came up. I didn't want to worry him and quickly tried to change the topic. What are you doing here?
I'm taking a walk before you-know-who tries summoning me again.
Right. If he's summoned, he has to go. I was planning on eating a parfait in the cafe, but going on a walk with him sounded like a better idea. If you don't mind, would it be okay if I tagged along? I want to get my mind off of things. Koharu laughed softly.
Can't promise you it'll be any fun, but if you don't care, by all means.
With that, he began to walk, and I chased after him. We ended up walking towards Beachfront Park, stopping and admiring the scenery along the way. Spending time with him like this seemed to calm my troubled heart. Oh, that's right, there was something I wanted to ask him. What came to mind was, there we go, spirit, cooking, likes, dislikes, concerns. I feel like dislikes and concerns are the wrong one. It's always the first three, so cooking maybe, or spirit, or likes. I would think cooking. But spirit, okay, well, sure. I mean, that gets to know a little bit more about him as opposed to cooking, which is just his hobby. Still more about him, but you know what I mean? Like, spirit's a little more personal. Do spirits often interact with one another?
From time to time, yes. Though I try not to get involved with them. It's too much work.
Well, you seem to be especially close with Yukimaro.
What? No, I wouldn't say that. Our opinions never match and we don't really work well together.
But when it comes to me, I feel like at the end of the day, you cooperate with him.
Well, that's because you're special.
I'm special?
Special. I mean, especially clumsy, so we have to cooperate to keep you on track.
You don't have to be so rude about it.
Oh, that was,
Oh, like he's so awkward. You're special. I'm special. I mean, you're especially clumsy. Yeah, sure, that's it. Aw, you're so adorable. No, I'm not gonna back down here. I'll do my best not to trouble you, okay?
Oh, yeah? I guess I don't mind people like you.
It wasn't like he was saying he likes me, but for some reason, hearing him say he doesn't mind made me a little happy. You gotta raise your standards a little, girl. He doesn't mind is okay. It's as good as it's as good as it's gonna get. We know that's not what he means, but I returned home to find Mom in the living room getting ready for dinner, which I think okay, yeah, skippable parts. Okay, I forgot. Like we're still in the common stuff, so we can skip some shit. And Toka getting all crazy-eyed. Okay, right.
Don't you dare.
Ooh, boyfriend perspective.
As I was about to go out for a stroll, Spacey walked out and asked to join. So I ended up on an evening stroll with Spacey, but... Do you always go to the convenience store this late at night by yourself? Doesn't this girl know it's dangerous to walk around alone at night?
Not really. I just wanted to join you on your walk.
I see. What's with her? Why would she want to follow me? She used to be scared of me. Also, what's wrong with me? It's like I'm starting to enjoy spending time with her.
Oh, and can we talk about anything other than my career? I want to do that on my own.
Spacey's expression was different from the morning. There was a new light in her eyes. It seemed Yukimaro and Toka's efforts had paid off, at least for now. I felt a mix of relief and surprise. Relief that she was feeling better, and surprise that I cared for this human I was haunting.
What's so funny?
Nothing. I ran my fingers through Spacey's hair, patting her head.
Hey, stop that!
I didn't mind the time I spent with her. But I can't stay here too long. Time flows differently for spirits and mortals. If I grow too attached, it'll only bring pain. Again. So I resolved to stay with her. At least until she decided on her career path.
I like that if I stay too long, I'll get attached. Again. So I resolved to stay with her. That doesn't seem to make sense. I know what he's saying, but it's like, you're kind of contradicting yourself. Doot, doot, doot. There we go. There's our boyfriends all together. Orders are orders, though. Yeah, because this is a Koharu answer, absolutely. If it's an order, then I guess they have no choice but to send Yukimaro away. I tried to sound serious as I said this, and Koharu grinned.
That's more like it.
What? You're gonna send me away? No, you wouldn't. Yukimaro turned pale and began to quiver. He backed away while shaking his head. I couldn't help but smile at his reaction. Me too. I like, oh my god, it's so mean. We're torturing him a little and he's so dramatic and it's kind of adorable. And you're like, look, he's gonna cry. We're such an asshole because I'm kind of enjoying it. I just meant my guardian spirit's gonna have to make me happy. Then you're free to go, right? Master, you're terrible. You made me worried sick with those comments. Although this is the first time you accepted me. Yes, because you're so stubborn. Oh. Yukimaru appeared stunned by my tone. His expression changed so fast that Koharu and I exchanged looks and burst out laughing. Where did you learn to talk like that? You sound like Koharu.
Hey, why am I the bad example?
Yukimaru then cleared his throat, regaining his composure. Well, that's fine, I suppose. Koharu says he'll help too, so I want you to put all your trust in us.
I never said that.
Thank you very much. Their playful arguing was so entertaining, I found myself genuinely laughing at their back and forth. Koharu gave a wry smile at my laughter.
You are something else. And just keep looking forward. Don't overthink things.
Koharu poked my forehead lightly with his forefinger. But it didn't bother me. I could tell below that gruff exterior was a deep and true kindness. And then there's Sayaka being like, why do you have two hot boyfriends with you all the goddamn time? After all, to her, I've taken her for granted, I'm assuming, right? Oh no, it's still her emotional support. Okay. Right, because she gets upset because we're like, I'm not going to Sagan, and then she's like, what? And then we're like, we have to apologize to her and shit like that.
Back home, I looked around to ensure that nobody else was in the kitchen. After checking, I began to prepare breakfast. Spacey's mother had already done most of the cooking. All I needed to do was reheat it. As I turned on the stove and microwaved some dishes, my thoughts drifted to Spacey. I love our house husband. In particular, her situation with Sayaka. She looked glum again, but her expression now was different from before. Now she seemed to have a desire to work through all of this without fear. She seems so much better now. I haven't known her long, but she seemed to often fall into depression. Even her laughter felt hollow. But something about her changed recently. A spark of something new. I have amazing ghost boyfriends, all I'm just saying. Haven't been in a good mood in a while. I'll make her a big breakfast. That'll brighten her mood even more. All that was left was to make tamagoyaki.
And our sister walks in and there's just pans and shit floating around in the kitchen because he's invisible. That'd be kind of fun. Oh, breakfast time. Is this when we're having breakfast? I'm not sure. Doesn't matter. What are you doing? You get very fidgety. We are going to go to the station to see Koharu, talk to her boyfriendo. Hello, fluffy butt. In addition to the shopping mall, there were various small shops near the station. I browsed the area, looking for something to get Sayaka. Then, just as I was about to head into a store, is that Koharu? I approached him, looked around, then quietly called out to him. Koharu. No, I'm just kidding. Me whispering. Koharu, what a coincidence seeing you here.
Oh, it's you. I got summoned out here on spirit board duty.
He looked exhausted, and I couldn't help but wonder what he'd been asked about. I wish I could cheer him up somehow. I mean, you think it was Hibiki? No, because he's out here at the station and not by school, but... Unable to find any words of encouragement, I thought changing the subject would be a good way to distract him. Hey, I was in the middle of shopping, but I could use a break. I'm going to take a seat on that bench over there. Care to join me, Koharu? Koharu thought for a moment, then discreetly transformed into a human. Guess he's accepting my invitation. We walked to the nearby bench and sat down. Maybe I can find something cheerful to talk about to lighten his mood. This time it's cooking. You're really good at cooking, Koharu. The tamagoyaki was amazing. I'd love to eat it again.
Hey, you're drooling.
There's no way I am. I wouldn't be drooling at this age.
Seeing you get so defensive must mean you loved my tamagoyaki enough to drool.
Ugh. Well, I guess that might be the case. It's true, but it's so annoying he noticed.
Well, I will make it again for you someday. I like cooking.
Oh, yay, I can't wait. Out of curiosity, do you do any baking?
I haven't so far. I make Japanese, Western, and Chinese food, but I'm usually only making meals.
But I usually only make meals. Sorry, I read that wrong. Ah, I see. If his tamagoyaki was that good, I bet his baking would be incredible.
Hey, you're drooling again.
I've got to stop thinking about food. But it's cute, our little conversations with him. Okay. Going back to school, gonna have a conversation with our friend. Oh, is that right? Isn't this where she was like, did she do some kind of weird paper spell or something in the library then too? I don't remember.
You seem motivated, but are you sure you're okay being alone again?
I turned to see Koharu standing beside me. How about we don't start with such a negative sentiment? Did we cross an is or out? I think we might have. Maybe not. But I think that's the last choice. The next thing is his route. But I don't know if we're there yet, so hold on.
Huh, my bad. It's just that you tend to run in circles. I was just concerned, that's all.
Run in circles. He was right, and I had no response. Fine. If that's what you think, why don't you help me? I snapped back at him, feeling vexed. Hold on. I had to itch. Knowing Koharu, even though I was asking for his help, he probably wouldn't give it.
Fine. You want my help? What do you want me to do to help you find your career path?
His unexpected agreement left me stunned. Wait, seriously?
What? You're the one who asked for help, right?
Yeah, but this wasn't like Koharu, and it felt strange. I stared at him, conveying my surprise, and Koharu roughly scratched his head, looking away.
Didn't I promise this morning that I'd help? I mean, I guess Yukimaro volunteered me, but I accepted at the end of the day.
Come to think of it, that is how things ended up when the two of them were bantering. I didn't think he was taking it so seriously. But it makes me really happy that he is. I couldn't help but smile. That makes me happy. Thank you.
Don't get me wrong. As long as you're happy after figuring out your path, Yukimaro will be out of the picture, making it easier for me to haunt you.
Right. In that case, how about we ask Yukimaro to help us too?
Don't need him.
Huh?
He just gets in the way. My help should be more than enough.
I suppose that's true. The Yukimaro has been helpful at times too. Maybe it'd be better if he were here. On the other hand, Koharu wants to do this himself, and I don't want to offend him. Then I'll take you up on that offer. As I spoke, I noticed Koharu wouldn't look me in the eyes.
You really believe in that stuff?
He gestured toward my computer screen, which still displayed the search I did on spells. That's not what you think. I was just looking into it because of what happened today. Okay, yeah, so she did try to do a spell on us. I thought I remembered that, but...
The spells aren't so easy to pull off. They only work if a powerful person does it and uses the official rules.
After hearing him say that, I began to rethink my initial dismissiveness towards spells. So there are spells that work. That's a little scary. I realized that Sayaka, on the other hand, would be thrilled to hear that. Do you know a lot about curses, Koharu? My curiosity piqued. I asked Koharu, who seemed to ponder his answer for some time.
I'm not an expert, but I do know a little bit.
Can you give me an example? My curiosity pushed me to ask more, and Koharu appeared somewhat dejected.
You better not be thinking about using something like that to determine your career path.
Of course not. I never do something like that. I was just curious.
Yeah, you don't seem like the type to use a spell that way.
Huh? Then why'd you ask if you knew what I was going to say?
I was just checking. Remember how you got scared by Yukimaro and messed up the ritual? I was worried you might do something similar if you couldn't figure out your career.
Oh, no, I've learned my lesson. I'll never do something like that again. Koharu gave a wry smile.
Never, huh? Well, that sounds about right.
I didn't mean that I regret summoning you, Koharu. Nothing like that. I'm actually really glad I met you. I quickly clarified, not wanting him to misunderstand, and Koharu turned noticeably red. Koharu? He coughed a few times, trying to hide his embarrassment.
Have you ever heard of the story, The Fox's Wedding?
Huh? No, I haven't. His sudden change of topic was unexpected, but I was ready to listen.
Then let me tell you. It's a story about a spell I know. The Fox's Wedding is a tale that varies by region, often passed down orally. There are embellished versions of the story, but the one you're about to hear isn't. This is the true story. A spell born from the Fox's Wedding. Allow me to explain. Long ago, a high-ranking fox decided to marry. For a high-ranking fox to take a bride, certain criteria must be met. The bride must possess abilities strong enough to join the family to ensure the clan's survival. They were the power to shapeshift, communication skills to influence others, and the flexibility to traverse different worlds. A female fox believed to possess all three traits was chosen as a potential bride. To prove her powers, she vowed to the male fox, "I shall deceive a human and steal all their gold." The male fox grew fond of her and eagerly awaited her return each day. The female fox ventured into the mortal realm, intending to deceive a human man. But unexpectedly, she fell in love with him. Revealing her true nature to the human, she prepared to confess her feelings, believing he'd hate and fear her. Contrary to her fears, the man reciprocated her love and accepted her for who she was. The two eloped, and the female fox never returned from the mortal realm. The high-ranking fox was left in sorrow, and, determined to never experience such loss again, he devised a ritual. A ritual to ensure that his loved one would always return to him, no matter what. That's the story and the ritual it teaches.
He made a fox shape with his hand. I mimicked him with my fingers. Oh, look, we got a CG! Like this?
Yeah, exactly.
This brings back memories. I used to make shadow puppets like this as a kid.
Yeah, I've seen that before. Kids often play like that.
My mom showed me how to make the fox one once. Or my mom showed me how to make the fox one, wow. But I never knew it was part of a ritual. Sounds kind of dangerous.
It's harmless if it's just for fun. It's not effective if done by someone without power.
Koharu paused, then took a deep breath. As he did so, the air around him seemed to change.
I leave my musings here. Never shall I forget thee.
What does that mean? Wait, what did he that? Wait, did I read that wrong? It's hard. No, it does say musings. Okay. What does that mean?
It means to leave your feelings here. To vow your heart will never be stolen and you'll always return. And that's how the real ritual works.
I see. It's kind of scary, but I felt bad for the fox groom who was left alone.
It's an old ritual, long forgotten.
Fox's Wedding, a charm passed down in Koharu's clan. Lovers do it with one another so that the heart of their beloved isn't stolen by someone else. According to Koharu, the spell is obsolete. Was he the fox? You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Strange to think that, as a kid, I used to play with this shape. So wait, what was the saying again? I leave my musings here. Never shall I forget thee? She's making her little fox hand kiss his fox hand. I repeated the words, moving my fingers like a fox, then touched Koharu's fox hand. Oh God, we're married now. He looks a little, yeah, look at him. He's like, you did shit.
Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
I just chanted the ritual and you said it too.
It'll be fine, right? It's not like I have powers or anything like that.
Well, I guess that's true.
Koharu tilted his head and I suddenly had a question. So let me guess, you do this after the chant too?
Yes, that's part of the ritual.
Making your little fox hands kiss, that's adorable. He seemed contemplative, still carrying some remnant emotion from the story. But you said the spell is harmless, right?
Yeah, it's just an old story I heard. It's long been forgotten.
Then we should be safe. Besides, I don't feel like anything happened. We just got married. We just married the man. Actually, you know what? Something happened. You know something happened.
Wow, you're so carefree.
Like I said, I don't buy into spells, rituals, or magic stuff.
One of your good points. And besides, it's not like you and I had that kind of relationship, so there's nothing to worry about.
Ouch. His words caused a sudden pang in my heart, leaving me taken aback. Wait, why would I care if he felt that way? I mean, I don't have feelings for Koharu. Yes, you do. Sure, my heart skipped a beat around him before, but I've never really seen him like that. Yes, you have. Reflecting on our past interactions, I realized I was often drawn to him. Maybe I do like Koharu, but our eyes met as I stole a glance at him.
Something wrong?
Oh, no, nothing. Feeling awkward, I quickly pulled away.
And you should head to bed. We'll tackle your career path tomorrow.
It's okay. I don't have school tomorrow.
Your face is red. Are you sure you don't have a fever?
He reached to touch my forehead. Yeah, well, I better head to bed. I dodged his hand and swiftly took a step back.
Good idea. I'll wake you up tomorrow. Get ready for bed and sleep well.
Okay, good night.
Yeah, see you in the morning.
He was about to leave the room, but stopped, turning back to me.
Hey, can I borrow this? I'll return it in the morning.
He pointed at my laptop. Sure, but do you know how to use it?
I'm not stupid, you know. I've lived in the modern world for some time and have seen mortals use computers before.
I'm not stupid, you know. You're like, well, I mean, you've been a spirit for God knows how many centuries. Sorry. Feel free to use it.
Thanks. I owe you one.
Koharu left the room with the laptop under his arm. I wonder what he needs a laptop for. Sitting on my bed, I mulled over the possibilities and sighed deeply. Oh, my cheeks still feel warm. I must have been blushing so bad. Even after Koharu left, his presence lingered in my thoughts as I prepared for bed. As I laid in bed, I found myself unable to sleep as I constantly thought of him. Okay, now we're in his route. All right, so no more skippy skips. I kind of thought that's what happened because I'm like, I don't remember crossing into his route, but like, I think in Yukimaro's, then we had a little scene with him and then it went into his, you know. The following day, I was getting ready to head to school so I could look for some stuff for my career path. Although it was a day off, there'd be students and faculty there for club activities. I just hope the library is open. If I'm going to try and find career path materials, that would be the best place to start. But to be honest, I've already looked through so many brochures and nothing's caught my eye. But just because I haven't found anything so far doesn't mean I won't find something. I dressed in my usual uniform, I got my bag, and I headed for the door when... Come in. Koharu entered.
Morning. Why are you in your school uniform? It's the weekend, right?
Good morning. I was going to go to the school library to look into some materials for career options. Sorry. Spam call. And now that's made the bird all adjusted. I know. Do you gotta go potties? You've been such a good boy. I know it's almost time for you to take a break anyway, but that made me knock your block off. That made me, move you, and you've been very good even though you were fidgety before. Come here. He's been such a good boy. He's been very patient. I know. We only have a few minutes left, and we take you to a break anyway, but I don't trust that you're not gonna, poop on me. You gotta go potties? Thank you. Good boy. Yeah, look for, okay, career options. Did you need something?
Never mind, it's fine. I'll see you at school then.
You're not gonna, well, you could walk to school with me, you know? Huh? Koharu quickly slipped out of the room without waiting for a reply. You could just come to school with me, we could walk together. He's really going to help me? He had offered his help last night, but I hesitated to lean on him because of his duties as the spirit board. Mixed feelings of guilt and appreciation washed over me. I shouldn't keep Koharu waiting. I'll head out as soon as I finish breakfast. He probably made us breakfast. You know he did. I went down to the living room and noticed both my mom and sister relaxing on the couch. Ah, okay, that's... He'll wait for us outside, though. Maybe. Morning. Good morning. You're up early today. Oh, why are you in your school uniform? Did you forget it's the weekend? No, I'm heading to school. I knew my sister was teasing me, but as soon as I answered, her expression shifted. Not like you to go in on a weekend. Something up? Well, I hesitated, feeling awkward about discussing it in front of my mom. But I can't dodge this topic forever. I'm heading to school to explore potential career paths. Ah, I see. Well, hope you find what you're looking for. Thank you. I hope so too. It was awkward, and I found myself stealing a glance at my mom. I couldn't help but notice my mom's downcast expression. She's still thinking about Dad, huh? When your father was in the hospital, I remember him saying, I wanted to save more people. I can't forget the look on his face. But hearing his wish, I subconsciously projected his desires onto the two of you. I ended up burdening you with that role. She looks like that because she can't forget about what Dad said. I know both Yukimaru and Toka said it's not what I think. It's not what I think, but that doesn't make me any less curious about it. There's something I wanted to ask. You've always been able to excel at everything. I'm sure if you put your mind to it, you can do anything. Huh. Mom spoke with such seriousness that I tilted my head, puzzled. It seemed like she genuinely wanted me to find my own path. Seriously, Mom? Do anything? Come on, Spacey's terrible at sports. She does well in every subject except PE or anything even remotely physical. Therefore, I'm going to become a gym teacher. Come to think of it, you're right. Spacey, you always managed to trip whenever you ran in school races. Come on, don't bring that up now. My shoulders slumped and both of them began laughing loudly. That got rid of all the tension. I smiled as I felt my heart start to lighten. If you're still unsure about your career, why not start by considering what you enjoy? Tsubasa pursued fashion because she was always passionate about it. What do you think? Mom. Okay, I'll give that some thought. Thank you. Hearing my mom's advice made me so happy my voice cracked. This feels so nice. I couldn't help but smile, and seeing that, Mom smiled back. Hey, if there's anything I can do to help, don't hesitate to ask, okay? I want you to know I see you now. Her last words carried a hint of sadness. In a way, I kind of understood. Suddenly, I felt someone tap me on my shoulder. I glanced to my side to find Toka placing his finger to his lips in a shushing motion. You get it, right? All you need to do now is trust what your mom's saying to you. Yeah, I think so. The reason my mom looked so sad when she smiled probably had more to do with her guilt for how she'd acted before. The way she looked now when she gave me advice, like she was actually listening to me, I could tell those emotions were genuine. Ah, I see. That's what it was. I felt like I could finally trust that my mom had my best intentions at heart. Or my best interests at heart, sorry. Thank you, Mom. You don't understand how happy that makes me, and I'm sure I'm going to be asking you for a lot of advice. I love that. Thank you, Spacey. Mom had the biggest smile on her face, and I returned it with my own. I don't know the last time I saw Mom smiling like this. It was all thanks to the three of them. They helped me talk to her. I glanced over at Toka once more. I smiled at him, and Toka smiled softly back. Perfect timing. It's about time, so we're going to wrap it up here, and then we will continue Koharu's route and his actual route next time. So, I'm sorry. I'm yawning in your ear. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.